Sup, nerds? Welcome to episode 16 of Powerful, a Power Metal podcast. This is a very special episode. We have an interview with Marius Danielsen of Marius Danielsen's Legend of Valley Doom and other projects.
Yeah, this guy is doing a lot of stuff with a ton of people, and we had never heard about him before, but he somehow knows everyone apparently. So we just thought we might ask him some questions about it that you might be interested in knowing the answers to.
Yeah, this guy has worked with so many people on his upcoming album. We've got an abridged version of the list. He's worked with people such as Mike LaPond, Ross the Boss, Chris Caffrey, Oliver Lapus, Lars Rodokowitz, Timo Tolkki, Jonas Heidgert, John Yelland, Elisa C. Martin, Michael Host,
Matt Kreis, Jimmy Hedlund, Alex Milley, Philip Lind, Pete Seal, Tim Reaper Owens, Alessio Lucati, Esa Ahonen, Michael Kiske,
Blaze Bailey, Olaf Heyer, Michelle Lupi, Daniel Heyman, Mark Bolas,
Alessio Garabello, Matthias Blad,
Jan Thor Gesta,
and so many more.
Yeah, it's like 3 pages of this. So
Enjoy the interview, guys.
Hello, I'm Marius Danielsen, and I play in Legend of Valley Doom and Darkest Sins.
Short, sweet, and to the point.
Yeah.
So, Marius, welcome to our show.
Thank you.
We're excited to have you here. We have a lot of questions for you. I hope you're ready.
Oh, a lot of questions.
Let's go. All right, so where should we start? What is your musical background or training?
When I was 15 years old, my father brought me to see Iron Maiden in 2003.
Oh.
Wow, lucky kid.
Yeah. And when the backdrop of Eddie as William Wallace came on and they played Clansman, I was just blown away because I already loved the Braveheart movie and swords and metal together. It was just perfect.
That's
so
awesome.
I bought a guitar the next week or something, I think, and started practicing.
Wow. Yeah, my next question for you was what brought you to heavy metal?
Yeah,
but
Maiden.
I think you answered me right there. How about power metal? How did you find out that power metal was a thing?
Actually, through piracy.
Oh,
Wasn't that the story for everyone, though?
we'll leave that in. We're not editing it out.
I was searching for Iron Maiden music right after I was at the concert. And then I found this band called Halloween.
Halloween,
yeah.
yes.
And songs like Eagle Fly Free and Dr. Steen and I Want Out. And at first I thought that was Bruce Dickinson because I didn't know better.
Everyone is Bruce Dickinson and variations.
But the music was faster and, yeah, similar to Maiden, but just faster, I think. So I had to check what this was and learn about other bands like Power Quest and Freedom Call.
That's great. It's like a natural evolution from Maiden to power metal.
Oh, for sure. That's how I got into it, too. So
yeah.
I definitely agree. I'm actually seeing Maiden for the first time next year, and I'm really excited. I just bought my ticket the other day.
Yeah, this summer I saw them for the 14th time, I think. So I've seen them on every tour they've been in Norway.
That's great. That's so cool. So what are your top 4 power metal bands? We asked this to all our friends, and we're trying to ask this to all of our guests on the podcast.
Yeah, I think this is the first time we've actually gotten around to asking a guest, but it's something that we've been meaning to do.
Yeah, we just ask our friends, so, might as well ask you too.
Of course, Halloween.
Yes.
And Avantasia is, of course, a big influence on me.
Oh, for sure.
That is no surprise at all.
As a metal opera guy.
Yeah. And, of course, Ed Geiber, that's in the same with Toby. But Freedom Call. And people say that Manowar is not power metal, but their vocals and themes are power metal. So
Oh, I think the power metal. That's great.
Stratovarius, maybe. I don't know. There's so many.
Yeah. Nice. I love Stratovarius.
Yeah.
Especially, I'm a big fan of like Twilight Time, and also that, of course, everybody loves that stretch in the middle, Destiny, Visions. Yeah. So, you
So
have
wait, real quick.
Yeah. Go for it.
Since you like Avantasia, they're in your top 4 or top 2 or whatever. Have you heard of Epidemia from Russia?
No.
Their debut was in like 2004, right after Avantasia started doing their thing, and they're very modeled after the classic like Avantasia, the Metal Opera Parts 1 and 2, but they're like a little heavier, and it's all in Russian. So check them out if you haven't. Since you
Send
haven't
me a
already.
link after this.
For sure.
Yeah. So, you have a ton of projects.
Yeah.
2 of which you just said. How did you get started? Like, where do we even start from here?
We can start with 2 years after I saw Iron Maiden. I wrote a song called The Legend of Valley Doom. I was 17
Wow.
back then.
You move quickly.
Yeah, but it was a very bad song. If you listen to that demo of The Legend of Valley Doom, the title track back from the 2005 version, you will it's bad.
Was it like a classic high school garage band kind of thing?
Yeah, with some programmed drums from a very bad software. So it was just very bad. And I couldn't play in time with the drums back then. So the guitars were all over the place. And my voice was also all over the place. So it was not very good. But I actually kept many of the things from that original demo on the song that appeared on part 1.
That's great. I'll check out the original demo and see how much you improved. Which other ones do you compose on? I mean, are you mainly focused on Darkest Sins and Valley Doom now, or are any of the other projects ongoing?
Yeah, we have this on Metal for Charity thing.
Yeah.
We released a single last year for cancer research. I'm Norwegian, so my pronunciation is not good.
You're doing great.
This year we have written a song for Metalheads Against Bullying, but we're still waiting for some of the artists to deliver their tracks. So the song is finished, we just have to wait. And we also released my brother's album, the Eunomia thing, that's in the same...
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Valley Doom. So,
cool. All right. So that kind of spurred up a lot of questions for me. Let's talk about the artists first. You have quite an impressive roster of guest musicians.
Thank you.
And vocalists. How even did you do this?
No, don't be polite about it.
Okay.
I want you to use your exact words from the first time we listened to this.
Can you rephrase my questions for me? I've been thinking of the polite version. Do it.
So, like 2 months ago or whatever, when I first reached out to you, I hadn't heard Valley Doom yet. I've never heard of it. I don't remember where I saw it, but I listened to it, and then I go and I check out the complete cast list. Not cast list, whatever. the complete person list on Metal Archives, and it just keeps going, and it just keeps going. So I send it to these guys, and they're like, "Who the fuck is this guy? And how the fuck did he get all these A-listers?" So that's our question for you.
Yeah, and then
We
we were
already
like,
know
we
who the
have to
fuck you
talk
are
to
now.
this guy. Yeah.
Now we know who the fuck you are. We want to know how the fuck you got everyone else.
Yeah, at first it was just this demo thing from back in the days, and I started Darkest Sins and just put it all aside. But in 2013, I decided to do something with these songs, and yeah, I couldn't sing all the songs myself, so I had to bring in some people. And then I contacted Arthur Almeida from the band Attic Demons, and he wanted to join. So I had one name, but pretty unknown name. So I asked Mark Bowles as well to.
So you're
join.
friends with Mark Bowles.
Just on
Just
Facebook
casual
back
friends.
then.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Facebook friends. I know all about that.
I just hit up my buddy Mark,
Yeah,
hella
I
casual.
didn't know him before I asked him on Facebook. So I showed him one of the songs that I wrote back in 2006, and he put his vocals on my new demo of it, and I was just blown away by how good one of my songs could be with a better vocalist than myself. So I was, I just wanted to have as many vocalists as possible. At first it was just a bit carried away, actually, because when Mark delivered his things, it sounded so good. And when I got Mark, who can I get? And I started to research, and check with everyone I could think of, and be like a detective trying to find email addresses and who could know this guy. And yeah.
Oh, so you're just a master networker.
Yeah.
I feel you on that front. I'm trying to reach my tendrils out into the greater community right now, and it's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, Biscuit is our, I guess, PR guy. To try to, one day we'll be as good as Marius here, like recruiting all these people for our show.
One day someone's gonna ask us, and that'll be the day that we knew.
Yeah, I think one day someone will ask, "Hey, can I be on your show?" Then we know we will have succeeded.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you've written all the songs first, and then you try to think of a vocalist who would be a good fit for that song. Is that what you did?
For part one, I had demos for about 8 of the songs already, so I had to just write 4, I think, new ones. But for part 2, I have just one song that was written before I started writing part 2. That is Tower of Knowledge. That's from 2010.
It's a beautiful track.
Thank you.
Yeah. So did the guests contribute at all to the lyrics or the melodies, or did you pretty much have the song all established before you gave it to them?
Yeah, I record guide vocals and all that, so they know exactly what to sing or play. Or I don't say to the guitarist how which notes they are going to play on the solo, but except for the solos, everything is fixed before.
Everything is straight from your brain.
Yeah.
You also got a impressive list of guest guitarists, so you just had them contribute solos.
Yeah, the rhythm guitars, they are all me, and then
Great.
I play my first guitar solo on this project on a song called Crystal Mountains, but the faster songs I put better guitarists.
I love this. It's like you want to showcase all of your favorite musicians in the same place. That's a cool tribute.
Yeah, it's like the ultimate tribute to power metal, because I'm trying to get all the people who influenced me, and then I write music that maybe can sound like what they did on albums they are known for, and then yeah.
That's awesome. So some of these guests, we were like, how the hell did you even get this person? One of them that we were most confused about is Daniel Hyman from former Lost Horizon. I didn't even know he was doing music still.
He like hates metal now, right?
Yeah,
Like, all the good people hate metal now.
Yeah, it was very hard to find. I tried.
Oh gosh, I can only imagine.
Yeah, I tried labels he had been on before, and I tried everything. But then I got in touch with one of the musicians in the band Harmony, and Daniel Hyman sang on some of their songs a few years ago.
Oh wow, okay. That's a stretch.
That's a bit of removed.
Yeah, and when I worked on that Anna Metal for Charity thing, I already had Roland Grapov from Halloween and Ralph Sheepers and Matt Barr.
Yeah.
All those people in. So maybe that helped getting Daniel Heyman to look at my project as well, because he joined that song first. And when I got him there, I also said, I'm going to need you to record some songs 1 year from now as well for my solo project.
That's great. It's like once you have the contact, you can be like, oh, hey, I have this other thing.
By the way.
By the way. Yeah. And also for the charity project, you got Yama B. Also,
I was about
right?
to transition into that because we didn't write it down.
No,
But,
yeah. But I had that in my mind as soon as you talked about the charity project. So you have connections in Japan as well.
Yeah.
How'd you get Yamabi? Did you like ask him in Japanese with Google Translate? Do you speak Japanese? Did you ask him in English? We don't know any of this.
We have so many questions. My God.
Yeah. That's actually Facebook, because I was accepted as his friend a year or so before I started working on that Anna project. And then I was just looking at all the vocalists I could figure would fit in the song and that I wanted to work with. And I just sent the info about the project and that we're going to do a cancer charity song, and he said yes without thinking about it.
Oh, that's nice. That's lovely.
See, that's how it always works out.
Yeah,
It's
like
just
I'm
Facebook messages.
Yeah.
Casually,
I should have known
casually. You know, that's what you
That's
guys
tell
did
people.
too, right?
Yeah. People are like, how did you get like Hansi on the podcast? I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know. We just
on
asked
Facebook.
nicely.
So I don't know. I expected the answer to be different.
because I haven't got him myself. I need him for part 3.
Okay. Maybe we can.
Well, Hansi, if you're listening,
Maybe we can connect later. I don't know. Are there? Okay, yeah. I think my next question was going to be: are there any artists that you want to recruit that hasn't been on your records yet? Hansi being one of them.
Yeah, Hansi, of course. And
Hansi guests on everything, so you're probably good on that front.
And he's so nice. He's sweet.
yeah, I've had the bass player from Blind Guardian playing on both of my albums, and he has tried to ask him, but he's always busy. I
Yeah.
hope we can work together one day.
Yeah. One day your schedules will align.
Yeah, I hope so. And of course, Tobias Sammet, that would complete the circle of metal opera, my metal opera journey.
Yeah, where would you even go from there? It's like you're inspired by Avantasia, and now Toby is a guest on your project.
That would be amazing. And Bruce Dickinson, of course, he was in my hometown, and I have met him once before. I won a competition in a national newspaper in Norway, where I got to go on Bruce Air 666 in 2008.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
Yeah, and he flew us from London to Trondheim in Norway, and we saw the concert there. And then he flew us back to London, and it was all paid for by EMI.
What?
That's
That
super
sounds
cool.
amazing.
Yeah, so I got to meet him in the cockpit and shake his hand and stuff. So when he got to, when he visited my hometown with this entrepreneur thing that he did a few years ago, I showed him the picture of us in the cockpit and asked him, "Do you want to be in my metal opera?"
What did he say?
No, he just said, "I don't have time for metal operas at the moment."
He's probably very
Oh
busy.
no.
And I asked him to just take the piece of paper I had fixed with all the names and all that stuff, and he wouldn't accept the paper.
No.
That would
Oh, man.
really complete the circle, though.
Yeah,
One day he'll have, I don't know. You just have to turn him onto metal operas slowly.
hopefully one day.
Yeah,
And
hopefully.
maybe Maiden's working on a metal opera in secret.
Yeah. I think I'll have to wait until Nico is too old to play drums and he has to go solo and play club gigs or something.
It's like, now do you want to do a metal opera?
Yeah.
That's so funny. So, let's talk. Wait, well, so we talked about your 50,000 guest artists. We talked about the charity project. Did you have? Let's talk about Valley Doom a little bit. Did you have like? So I see that you have a bunch of like comic strips and you have a very elaborate plot, and then the folks of Valley Doom like go to Eunomia. Did you have this whole world planned out in your mind prior to writing these albums? Like how deep did you get in the concept?
For 10 years, I've had part 1 in my head, and then when I decided to create a trilogy, I had to make the story longer. So
This is a classic story.
yeah.
That's always how it goes.
And, in 2011, my brother created a band called Eunomia, and he started to write lyrics that were from the Valley Doom universe. So that's a bit weird, I thought, because my little brother started to write songs that could be in my project. But so we decided to work together, and he came up with the crystal sword and all that stuff that we're going to talk about in part 2. So suddenly the universe got a little bigger and I could make the story longer.
You guys can be neighboring nations. Wow.
Yeah, we are. There's the
You
map.
are.
Yeah, they like flee to Eunomia,
They
right?
travel.
After Valley Doom gets destroyed or whatever.
Yeah, Valley Doom gets destroyed, so the people of Valley Doom travel to Eunomia in part 2. And then
To like rally the people and retake Valley Doom.
yeah,
I don't pay attention to lyrics very much. This is
they
just
just have to find the 7 ancient artifacts first.
Oh, perfect.
Of course there are ancient artifacts, and of course there are 7 of them.
Yeah.
Do the 7
awesome.
angels watch over the 7 artifacts too?
Yeah, and they have to collect the 7 swords.
So in Eunomia, the album Eunomia, that starts, the story starts from track 5, I think, in my album. So it's, I don't know the words in English, but yeah, the story is the same in a way.
That's interesting. Might have to do a re-listen and see if we can pick up any of the themes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you have any plans to bring this metal opera to a live setting at all?
Yeah, I was actually at a rehearsal yesterday with a band of local musicians. So I have a drummer and a bass player and the guitarist from Darkest Sins and myself.
Yeah.
And my brother is going to play keyboards. So all we are missing is Daniel Heimann vocal.
and
You can
a
just
stage
be in
big
the
enough for 40
Cinematheque.
people.
Yeah, a stage big enough for 30 people. Oh man. Have you actually seen Avantasia live? Have they made it to Norway at all?
No, but I traveled to Wacken with my girlfriend and my brother, and we were front row at Wacken when
Ooh.
Oh,
Avantasia
wow.
played.
That sounds awesome.
How
So
early did you get there?
I
for
saw
that?
Avantasia in Anaheim, California, and like power metal is not very big in the United States. They were on the smallest stage I have ever seen. I have no idea how 17 people fit on that stage. It was a very cramped experience. I imagine the Wacken show must have been more.
Yeah, behind me there were 100,000 people.
Oh, that's amazing. We probably had 600.
From the stage to our tent, we had to go for 30 minutes or something.
I don't even know what 100,000 people looks like.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I really don't.
I just saw Angra a month ago, and there were 50 people maybe there. It was really
Maybe.
cool, but really sad at the same time.
50 is a generous
Because,
estimate.
Angra deserves more than 50 people, but also it was fucking
Oh,
awesome because
absolutely.
it was only 50 people there.
Wow.
Also, yeah, you live in the middle of the desert in
We
the
had
United
metal
States.
fans here, though. Come on.
Yeah.
I saw some concert footage from when Luca Turilli's Rhapsody and Primal Fear toured in America. There
Yeah.
were about 50 people there, I think.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They played in a bar here. Well, it's a bar little venue. Luca Turilli's Rhapsody. I was I don't even know how this is possible, but cool.
So now we just need to get you to open for Avantasia.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Let's get you opening on Moonglow. Let's start the petition right now. I know it's probably a little late.
Yeah.
That tour starts next month or whatever. But
Yeah, but it's not too late to try and
It's
get in
fine.
touch with Toby.
And then you'll have
for your
half your
next
cast.
project.
Because half the cast is already on Avantasia.
Yeah. So they could just be
You can
on
just pull
stage
double
for
duty.
a couple of hours more.
Yeah. Just pull double duty. It's no big deal. Chris Bose does that all the time.
Yeah.
So Valley Doom 2 is coming out probably around the same time this episode's coming out. So do you have future albums already started, or are you just kind of, taking a break and writing out part 2?
No, I never have a break, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, my brother has already started with the next You Know Me album. And
Wow.
we are writing a Darkest Sins album as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Then there's the Metalheads Against Bullying charity single.
Yes.
And I've been asked by a band called Intercepting Force about doing guest vocals for their next album as well. I did their first one. It came out in March this year.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a lot going on. Do you anticipate that when you finish your Valley Doom trilogy, you will go the route of many other trilogies and do a prequel series?
Yeah. Maybe a story about the Warrior King or something, so I can sing all the songs myself.
The childhood of the Warrior King.
Yeah.
A prequel.
That would be nice.
I think that's all the questions I have for you. Biscuit, you got anything else?
No, I don't think so. Do you have any questions for us, Marius? Let's flip the script.
Who are you guys, and how did you get all these people in your podcast?
Why is your name Biscuit?
I don't know. It's a long story. I don't remember. It's been my internet name for like 10, 12, 15 years. Who knows?
That's amazing. It's okay. I feel like using your real name as your internet name is the trend now, and I sort of regret choosing Four Gates as my internet name.
It's fine.
Because it's so ridiculous. All right. So, where can your fans find you on the internet and buy your albums?
MariusDanielsen.com, for example. Or just Facebook.
Facebook message, which is our preferred method of communication.
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
Where everything happens.
Where all the magic happens.
So you think it's all about like sending crazy letters and flying around the world, but no. No, you just send a Facebook message in like 5 minutes. And then you wait.
And then you can hit up your homeboy Daniel Heyman.
Yeah, he's on Facebook now.
Oh, he is. That's great. Biscuit, you should add him. Get him to listen to this show.
Yeah.
And that's where we began.
Maybe you can interview him.
That would be kind of fun, I think. Right?
We can add him to the list of big guys we want. Right after Toby.
Okay, I have one last question that just came up about like all these people. Did you actually chat with them like in conversation, or did you just like send them a song and you were like, hey, can you sing this?
Yeah, I've talked to everyone except for Michael Kiske because everything went through his manager. But everyone else I've talked with.
That's so cool. That's great. This is the power of networking, asking nicely, and Facebook messages.
Yeah. Facebook is king.
We are not sponsored by the Zuck. Not at all.
Hopefully Facebook doesn't go belly up.
If we were sponsored, then we'd like actually make something out of this. But we're not. All right. Well, I think that's all we have for you today. Yeah, thanks a lot for coming onto the show with us. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Chatting.
Yeah, it was.
All right. Yeah, we just have one more request for you, Marius. Can you tell our audience to stay powerful, please?
Stay powerful.
Woo! Stay powerful, guys.
Woo, that was beautiful.
Thanks for coming on.
All right, and that concludes the interview. Thanks for coming on the show, Marius. Lovely having you. Thanks for answering all those questions. To everyone who's listening, thank you. And be sure to check out our social medias, Facebook and Instagram at Powerful Podcast, YouTube at Powerful Podcast, Twitter at Powerful PM. Subscribe to us on iTunes and Google Play and leave nice reviews about us. Check out our website at Powerful Podcast or powerful-podcast.com, and have a lovely day.